Odyssey, Book 12, The Sirens, Scylla, Charybdis, and the Castle of the Sun. After we were clear of the river Oceanus, we had got out into the open sea, and we went on till we reached Aeon Island, where there is dawn and sunrise as in other places. When then drew our ship on the sands and got out of her onto the shore, where we went to sleep and waited till day should break. Then, when the child of morning, rosy-fingered dawn appeared, I sent some men to Zeus's house to fetch the body of Eleanor. We cut firewood from a wood where the headland jutted out into the sea, and after we had wept over him and lamented him, we preferred his funeral rites. When his body and armor had been burned to ashes, we raised a cairn, set a stone over it, and at the top of the cairn we fixed the oar that had been used to row with. While we are doing all this, Circe, who knew that we had got back from the house of Hades, dressed herself and came to us as fast as she could, and her maidservants came with her, bringing us bread, meat, and wine. Then she stood in the midst of us and said, "You have done a bold thing, going down alive in the house of Hades, and you will have died twice, to other people's once. Now then stay here for the rest of the day, feast your fill, and go on with your voyage at daybreak tomorrow morning. In the meantime, I will tell Odysseus about your course, and will explain everything to him so as to prevent your suffering from this adventure, either by land or sea." We agreed to do as she said, and feasted through the long day, to going down with the sun. But when the sun had set, and it came on dark, the men laid themselves down to sleep by the stern cables of the ship. Then Circe took me by the hand and bade me stay to away from the others, while she reclined to my side and asked me all about our adventures. "So far so good," said she, when I had ended my story. "And now pay attention to what I am about to tell you. Heaven itself indeed will recall it to your recollection. First you will come to the sirens, who enchant all who come near them. If anyone unawarely draws in too close and hears the singing of the sirens, his wife and children will never welcome him home again, for they sit in a green field and warble him to death with the sweetness of their song. There is a great heap of dead men's bones lying all around, with the flesh still rotting off them. Therefore pass these sirens by, and stop your men's ears with wax, that none of them may hear. But if you like, you can listen yourself, for you may give to the men to bind you as you stand upright on a horse piece halfway up to the mast, and they must lash the ropes ends to the mast itself, that you may have the pleasure of listening. If you beg and pray the men to unloose you, then they must bind you faster. When your crew has taken you past these sirens, I cannot give you coherent directions as to which of your two courses you are to take. I will lay the two alternatives before you, and you must consider them for yourself. On the one hand, there are some overhanging rocks against which the deep blue waves of Amphitrite beats with terrific flurry. The blessed gods call these rocks the Wanderers. Here not even a bird may pass, no, not even the timid doves that bring ambrosia to Father Zeus. But the sheer rock always carries off one of them, and Father Zeus has to send another to make up their number. No ship that ever yet came to these rocks has got away again, but the waves and whirlwinds of fire are freighted with wreckage and with the bodies of dead men. The only vessel that ever sailed and got through was the famous Argo, on her way from the house of Thetis, and she too would have gone against these rocks, only that Hera piloted her past them, for she thwarted Jason. Of these two rocks, the one reaches heaven, and its peak is lost in dark cloud, that never leaves it, so the top is never clear, so not even in summer and early autumn. No man, though he had 20 hands and 20 feet, could get a foothold on it and climb it, for it runs sheer up and as smooth as though it would have been polished. In the middle of it there are a large cavern looking west and turned towards Erebus. You must take your ship this way. The cave is so high that if not even the stoutest archer could send an arrow into it. Inside it Cecilia sits with the Alps, with a voice that you might take to be that of a young hound, but in truth she is a dreadful monster, and no one, not even a god, could face her without being terror-struck. She has 12 misshapen feet and 6 necks of the most prodigious length, and at the end of each neck she has a frightful head, with 3 rows of teeth, and each all set very close together, so that they would crush anyone to death in a moment. And she sits deep within her shady self, resting out her heads and peering all round her rock, fishing for dolphins or dogfish or any larger monster that she can catch. For the thousands with which the Amphitrite fight teams, no ship ever yet got past her without losing some men, for she shouts out all her heads at once and carries off a man in each mouth. You will find the other rock lie lower, but they are so close together that there is not more than a bow shot between them. A large fig tree is swollen, leaf grows upon it, and under it lies a sucking whirlpool of Charybdis. 3 times in the day does the vomit forth her waters, and 3 times she sucks them down again. See that you be not there when she is sucking, for if you walk beside himself, could not save you, must hug Cecilia's side and drive the ship by as fast as you can, for you had better lose 6 men than your whole crew. Is there no way, said I, of escaping Charybdis, and at the same time keeping Cecilia off when she is trying to harm my men? You daredevil, replied the goddess, you are always wanting to fight somebody or something. You will not let yourself be beaten even by the immortals, for Scylla is not immortal. Moreover, she's a savage, extreme, rude, cruel, and invincible. There is no help for it. Your best chance will be to get by her as fast as you ever can. For if you waddle about her rock while you are putting on your armor, she may catch you with a second cast of her 6 heads, and snap up another half dozen of your men to drive your ship past her at full speed and roar out lustily to Cretias, who is Scylla's dam, and bad luck to her. She will then stop her from making a second raid upon you. You will now come to the Thracian island, and here you will see many herds of Canton flocks, sheep belonging to the sun god. Even herds of Canton, 7 flocks of sheep with 50 heads in each flock. They do not breed, nor do they become fewer in number, and they are tended by the goddess Aphasia and Latitude, who are children of the sun god Hyperion by Neaera. Their mother, when she was born, them had done suckling them sent to the Thracian island, where it was a long way off, to live there and look after the father's flocks and herds. If you have leave these flocks unharmed, and think of nothing but getting home, you may yet after much hardship reach Ithaca. But if you harm them, then I forewarn you, you are the destruction both of your ship and your comrades. Even though you may yourself escape, you will return late in bad plights after losing all your men. Here she ended, and down and throned, and gold began to show in heaven, where Ramsay returned inland. I then went on board and told my men to lose the ship and for her moorings, so they at once got into her, and they took their places, and began to smite the great sea with their oars. Presently the great and cunning goddess Circe befriended us with a fair wind that blew it out, and stayed steadily with us, keeping our sails well filled, so we did whatever wanted doing to the ship's gear, and let her go as wind and helmsman headed her. Then, being much troubled in mind, I said to my men, my friends, it is not right that one of or 2 of us should know the prophecies that Circe has made me. I will therefore tell you about them, so that whether we live or die, we may do so with our eyes open. First she said we were to keep clear of the sirens, who sit and sing most beautifully in the field of flowers, but she said I might hear them myself so long as no one else did. Therefore take me and bind me to the crosspiece halfway up the mast. Bind me as I stand upright with the bond so fast that I cannot possibly break away. and lash the ropes in, so the mast itself, if I beg and pray, to set me free, then bind me more tightly still. I had hardly finished telling everything to my men before we reached the island on the two sirens, but the wind had been very favorable, and all of a sudden it fell dead calm, and there was not a breath of wind nor a red ripple upon the water, so the men furled the sails and stowed themselves, and then taking to their oars, they hoisted into the water. With the foam they raised in the railing. Meanwhile, I took a large wheel of wax and cut it up small with my sword. Then I kneaded the wax in my strong hands till it became soft, which it soon did between the kneading and the rays of the sun god, son of Hyperion. Then I stopped the ears of all my men, and they bound me hands and feet to the mast as I stood upright on the crossbeams, but they went on rowing themselves when we had got within earshot of the land, and the ship was going at a good rate. The sirens thought were getting in the shore and began with their singing. Come here, they sang, renowned Odysseus, honor to the Herculean name, and listen to our two voices. No one ever sailed past us without staying to hear the enchanting sweetness of our song. And he who listens will go on his way, not only charmed but wiser, for we know all the ills that the gods lay upon the Argives and the Trojans before Troy. And I can tell you everything that is going to happen over the whole world. They sang these words most musically, and as I longed to hear them, the further I made the signs by frowning to my men that they should set me free. By the quick in their stroke, near Odyssey and Pyramides bound me with a still stronger bond, so we had got out of the hearing of the sirens' voices. Then my men took the wax from their ears and unbound me. Immediately after we got past the island, I saw a great wave from which spray was rising, and I heard a loud roaring sound. The men were so frightened that they were losing hold of their oars, for the whole sea was down with the rushing of the waters, but the ship stayed where it was, for the men had left off rowing. I went down therefore and exhorted them man by man not to lose heart. My friends, said I, this is not the first time that we've been in danger. We are in nothing like so bad a case when the Cyclops has shut us out from this cave. Nevertheless, my courage and wise counsel saved us then, and we shall live to look back on this all well. Now therefore let us all do as I say, trust in Zeus and now row on the mighty main. As for you, coxswain, these are your orders, attend to them, for the ship is in your hands.